Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, the podcast that's kind of like an amusement park. You're really excited to listen to it. You put it in your earbuds or whatever, and then after like half an hour, you're over it, you're sick of it, and you don't want to come back to it for a year.
Yeah, that's about right.
Is that how you feel about amusement parks?
Yeah, I don't like amusement parks that much.
You're not even excited to go there.
No.
Did you go to any amusement parks as a child?
Oh, I sure did.
For example?
Y'all ever heard of Knoebels? Now that's an amusement park, let me tell you. It's dirty, it's stinky, it's surrounded by trees.
You sound very
free
positive.
to get in. That's an amusement park. That's a good amusement park.
Is it a good amusement park because of its dirty, old qualities? Not
Absolutely.
in spite of them.
Yeah.
You like...
Yeah. It's got a little train that choo-choos through the woods. It's pretty great. You can camp there.
All right. Knoebels in, where is it? Northeast Pennsylvania?
Ely'sburg.
Is that Northeast PA?
Yeah.
Knoebels in Northeast Pennsylvania.
The mascot is really stinky.
Well, when you brought me, I said, hey, we weren't married at the time.
Yeah.
Girlfriend really wants a hug. And he came
really
over and
stinky.
hugged you. And
He smelled strongly of mildew. I'm sure that they've done some nice updates now, but I don't want them to. I want every ride to carry the slight possibility of death.
Huh.
But like a Six Flags, no thanks.
Disney
Because I
World.
learned what the Six Flags stands for.
Yeah, this way I can't believe it. So the Six Flags are representative of the six
Flags
countries that have claimed Texas over its history, and one of them is the Confederate flag. That's one of the Six Flags. Fun fact, because we saw
thank you.
B.J. Novak's movie Vengeance. We did not fact check it, but I believe it. I think B.J. Novak did his research.
What are your amusement park memories? Do you have one?
I always liked the amusement parks, although until I was like 17, I was too scared to ride roller coasters, which is kind of the whole point, I feel like, of going to an amusement park, because you can go get this physical experience you really can't get anywhere else of hurtling at a high speed, far above the ground.
Yeah,
with
it's just a car accident.
very little restraint keeping you from falling out. Now, you do not like roller coasters, correct?
No.
We
feels
rode
like a car accident.
one at Knoebels together, of all places, where it really does feel rickety, and you were quite frightened.
I didn't like it.
You rode it, though. That was
Sure did.
What was it? You were just trying to impress your suitor, me? In my head now, as a 30-year-old man, I kind of want to go to an amusement park, but I know that it will be a disappointing experience. You won't ride a roller coaster with me. You won't have any fun.
I could maybe get talked into it.
Ride a roller coaster?
Yeah, if you feed me.
And then you'll throw up.
Yeah, can't wait. Gotta fill the piñata before you empty the piñata.
All right, Kate, have you ever seen Jurassic Park?
I have, but I don't know if I've seen it all in one sitting.
Okay.
I feel like I've seen little chunklets on TNT on a rainy weekend in November,
To the best of your knowledge, from what you've seen, can you summarize the film?
Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? And then your creations get out and they eat everyone.
Who's in it?
Bruce Dern's kid, Laura Dern. Lorna Dern.
Okay.
Lorna Dern.
Those little cookies.
Laura Dern, that man who looks really rugged in a bandana. Sam Hill.
Go on.
What's his name?
I can't remember now.
The man, the dad.
You've wiped it out of my
Daddy.
memory. You know him from the Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah.
Sam Neill.
Sam Neill, not Sam Hill.
That's it. Sam Neill.
Sam Neill. Two punky kids who I could take or leave.
Okay.
Norm?
Like Norm Macdonald?
No. Like the man with curly hair. He might be on Seinfeld. He's like a scientist.
Yeah. He's got one of the most sort of iconic voices and performances in this film.
Yeah. Who is he?
Jeff Goldblum?
No, the other man.
Who?
Kinda...
Oh my God. You're thinking of Newman from Seinfeld.
Yeah, see?
What is his name?
Yeah, Newman from Seinfeld. Right. Jeff Goldblum, I was saving him for last. He seems like kind of a weird dude, but also a total cutie.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
He's you'd run into him at a bar and you'd be like, wow, this guy's really cool. And then you'd go to leave and you'd be like, I don't think I want to go with him. And Richard Attenborough, David Attenborough, one of the Attenborough brothers. Do you think that they fight?
Attenborough versus Attenborough. Let's see.
Did I do it all? Oh, and some dinosaurs.
Yes, it is Richard Attenborough. Why do I think Alec Guinness is related to him? For some reason, I thought...
they're old?
I thought they were siblings or something.
Do you think all old people are related?
I think I've been telling people that
you're racist against the old.
Old guy from Jurassic Park
Ageist
is related to Alec Guinness.
That is what it's about. And then dinosaurs come out and they fight. And they drive around in those little jeeps. And at the beginning, the dinosaurs look leathery and friendly, like you might want to pet one. And there's an electric fence.
It sounds like you.
It's not working so hot.
Because of Newman.
And then they cut to a commercial.
Next week on TNT, we're showing...
Fast and the Furious. Every single one.
All right, Kate, you ready for some Jurassic Park facts?
Sure, hit me.
Jurassic Park. Everyone can hear your phone turn on. You have to listen. Jurassic Park premiered in theaters on June 9th, 1993. We were just toddlers. It was directed by the big guy. If you had to name a director,
Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
Yep.
It's written by Michael Crichton and David Koepp. K-A-O-E-P-P. K-O-E-P-P. It's based on a 1990 novel by Michael Crichton. He got to adapt his own novel.
That's nice for him.
He's the most interesting part of Jurassic Park, I think. He's a really interesting guy. He went to Harvard in the 60s to study writing. He wanted to be a writer.
Did he get taken by MK Ultra?
But partway through, he switched to, instead of writing as his major, he switched to anthropological biology. Then he finishes that undergrad, goes to med school. But this whole time, he's still writing fiction. He was still interested in writing. And then he has a breakout bestseller with his 1969 novel, The Andromeda Strain. So his niche, and this isn't all he writes, but a lot of his most famous books are like science and technology based novels that are like maybe thrillers, maybe a disaster. So he's really interested and truly knowledgeable about a lot of the science in his books, you know, but they're very like science heavy.
Sounds like an anxious little dude.
He finished med school and did his clinical rotations, but then he never pursued getting licensed to be a doctor. I think it was more profitable probably to be a best-selling author. I don't know. And he is not content to just write novels. In 1973, he wrote and directed an original screenplay called Westworld.
Oh,
we saw
know
the
that.
show. We saw the first season or so of the...
That was a pretty good first season.
It's a really good first season. The recent
Second
show
season
wasn't as good.
Suck an egg.
Just sit on it. It's not based on a book he wrote. He wrote it as a screenplay, and they let him direct it. And that movie has the first ever instance of computer-generated imagery in it. He didn't create that, but he used it in his movie, which is interesting because that'll come back in Jurassic Park.
Wasn't Steve McQueen in Westworld?
Steve McQueen. He might have been. The main guy in Westworld is Telly Savalas.
Tangent.
That's who you're thinking of, I think. So he's directing. He directs a few more movies after that. Some of his books are being turned into movies that he's not directing. So he's got his foot in the door in Hollywood as well as being a best-selling author. That's important. As a side note, these won't be important later, but there's just so many interesting things about this guy. In the early 80s, he wrote an instructional nonfiction book about computer programming. So he's interested in that too. And in 1994, he created the TV show ER.
Should we make some merch for the Michael Crichton fan club that you have single-handedly created and are the president of and the only member?
So while writing Jurassic Park, the novel, in the late 80s, he's got all these Hollywood connections. He's like, this is a really good idea. And it's basically just Westworld. It's like, create something, it's like an amusement park, goes too far, goes bad. But with dinosaurs this time. He shops it around to the studios, and there's like a big bidding war, because it's like...
Because he's like the big man.
He's a big guy. His stuff is successful. There's a growing dinosaur sort of mania in the United States for some reason in media.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
And he's like capitalizing on all this and furthering it. So there's a bidding war. Universal Studios wins the bidding war. Then they have Steven Spielberg on as director. One of the other possibilities was Tim Burton at Warner Brothers directing it, which just seems... I don't know what Tim Burton's Jurassic Park would look like.
A lot of like spectral line drawing dinosaurs.
There are dinosaurs in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, so it's interesting. He's just got that on his brain. Steven Spielberg's interest in this, though, he's already made a dinosaur cartoon, The Land Before Time, just recently in 1988 at this point. And he wants to do another like big monster movie. He did Jaws, his first big movie in 1975. He refers to Jurassic Park at the time as like, I want to make like an updated, even better version of Jaws, basically, like monsters, big monsters. To create these dinosaurs, they go all out. He brings in puppet makers, he brings in animatronic developers, and he uses the newly emerging field of computer-generated imagery. The thing in Westworld is like a hand, like an outline of a hand. That's in the 70s. But now it's like getting better. Pixar's there, all this stuff. He has like all these different versions of the effects. Stop motion, he has like everybody hired to come in and do it because they weren't sure the CGI would look very good because it's so new.
Sure. So they made a super team.
It ends up looking really good. But they do a bit of a mix of techniques, which is always good in a movie because then once you figure out how they do one, they do something they couldn't have done that way and you're like, oh, I don't know how they did it. It's a good magic trick. Jurassic Park is definitely the crown jewel in the dino mania of the late 80s and early 90s. Here's the legacy. Of course, it's a huge, ridiculous hit. Crichton writes a sequel, The Lost World, in 1995. Spielberg directs Jurassic Park 2 based on The Lost World in 1997. A third Jurassic Park with no Spielberg directing and no Crichton writing it comes out in 2001. The series resumes in 2015 with Jurassic World. We saw that in theaters.
Oh yeah, and Chris Pratt's like, calm it down, dinosaurs.
There were 2 sequels to that in 2018 and 2022. There was an animated series in 2020. There was a new novel. Crichton's dead though, so he didn't write it in 2018 because Crichton died in 2008. And there's a bunch of video games. It's just, one of these massive, massive media franchises. The movie is, of course, iconic, but I feel like I'm like you. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces. I know the memes, it's like, we've all seen the big famous parts, but I do remember this. My 7th grade general music teacher used the scene with the little kids and the velociraptors. They're like in, I think, the kitchen. It's like an industrial kitchen as a lesson about how music can set a tone, like in a movie or in general. So it has like a very, tense score. Mm-hmm. And then he showed us the scene, and he did this all, must have done it with 2 VHS players. Probably took a lot of work. And then he showed us the scene again and replaced the music with like goofy carnival music, and it was like very silly. Very impactful. I remember it from 7th grade, so it was a good lesson, I think. You ready? Watch it uninterrupted, then not the TNT version. Maybe it's a little more violent, who knows?
And even the word raptor means bird of prey.
That doesn't look very scary. More like a 6-foot turkey.
A turkey, huh?
Oh, no.
Okay. Try to imagine yourself in the Cretaceous period. You get your first look at this 6-foot turkey as you enter a clearing. He moves like a bird, lightly bobbing his head. And you keep still because you think that maybe his visual acuity is based on movement, like T-Rex, and he'll lose you if you don't move. But no, not Velociraptor. You stare at him, and he just stares right back. And that's when the attack comes, not from the front, but from the side. From the other 2 raptors, you didn't even know were there. Because Velociraptor's a pack hunter, you see. He uses coordinated attack patterns, and he is out in force today. And he slashes at you with this 6-inch retractable claw, like a razor, on the middle toe. He doesn't bother to bite your jugular like a lion, say. No. He slashes at you here, or here. Or maybe across the belly, spilling your intestines. The point is, you are alive when they start to eat you.
I don't think I'd want to be on the pushing team. All right, so very clearly, like in the first scene, we've established that whatever's in this box is like very dangerous, which is like a nice little, I don't know, I think that's just like a cool little idea, right? Like you're not showing us what's in the box, but like clearly whatever's in the box is like pretty scary, because you've got this whole team and it's like grunting and snorting.
This Steven Spielberg guy, I think...
You think he's got some chops?
I think he's got chops, yeah. I think he's going places.
I guess it's Jaws-esque in that unfettered capitalism is the real villain.
Yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that, yeah.
Because, like, clearly these dinosaurs are totally feral and dangerous and are killing people.
Right.
Like, this man got full-on eaten by the dino. And they're like, yeah, we could open the park. It's all right. Now the investors are nervous because a man has been eaten.
I'm just shocked that there's even a lawsuit from the family of the eaten man. You'd think that these contracts would have been like, you might get eaten by a dinosaur.
Yeah. I would argue that Dr. Grant is the dinosaur. Who brought this kid to an archaeological dig? This kid's like, that doesn't look so scary.
I like Dr. Grant's energy, telling this child exactly how the velociraptors would hunt and kill it.
Listen, I don't think we should shelter children. Laura Dern wants kids. Dr. Grant does not. Maybe they should have discussed this before getting married. Yeah, baby. Why are they touching each other and talking about kids?
She just helps him put his bandana on his neck.
Oh my God. Don't let anyone else put a bandana on your neck. If somebody other than your wife puts a bandana on your neck, I'll fight him. Richard Attenborough, a.k.a. John Hammond, shows up, wanders into their trailer. First, he blasts dust everywhere with his helicopter. Then he goes into their trailer and opens champagne that they've been saving. Just whacked. So he's the one who's funding their research, though, so their tune quickly changed.
They gotta play the game.
If a mysterious man clad in all white linen shows up and is like, hey, come to my island, I don't know if I'd go.
Yeah, he's hunting humans.
Is this a movie just about how poorly some scientific projects are funded, so you'd be willing to put your life on the line by going to an evil dinosaur preserve in order to get funding?
Mm-hmm. I did not know that he was acting with malice at all. I don't think I've ever seen this scene.
See?
So
that's what happens when you're just flipping through the channels on a rainy November afternoon and you just hop onto TNT and then you're like, but maybe he's a nice guy. Honestly, Jeff Goldblum has only gotten better looking, right? He looks okay here, but like pretty weird, right?
Yeah.
But now...
Total smoke show. Silver Fox.
Smoke show. Still wouldn't leave a bar with him, though. Don't go to a second location. Couldn't Laura Dern just go somewhere without being sexually harassed by Jeff Goldblum? He's like, aren't you familiar with the concept of attraction? She's like, please let me leave. She's stuck on this helicopter with a creep. This is the moment where the music is like still pretty happy. You got like a little triumphant brass section where they're like, toot, 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 toot. What could go wrong? Music like this. I wish Danny Elfman did it. I wish we had the.
If it was the Tim Burton
I wish we had
version.
the Tim Burton Danny Elfman version.
What would it sound like right now?
Bum 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 bum.
As opposed to what does it sound like?
Also, who is this park for? Is it for the 1%?
That's a good point. Maybe they'll get to that. Maybe
There's not like a scholarship program to attend the park?
Maybe.
You have to access it by helicopter, you dumbass. Alright, so we get our first glimpse of the dinos, and they actually look pretty good, right? Like, especially for 1993.
Yes, they look amazing.
If I was seeing this in 1993, it would have been like you looking at Princess Fiona from Shrek and thinking she was photorealistic. Look at Richard Attenborough trying to insert himself into this nice moment. He's like, and I'm also here. Haha. I really wish that Richard Attenborough had worn sunscreen a little bit more in his younger days, because
It's very fair.
he's full of age spots.
Got a lot of freckles.
You know, you gotta SPF it up. At least SPF 30 every day, man. At least 15.
Do you think sunscreen even existed in his childhood?
I'm sure it was like mud, but yeah. So if I was going to Jurassic Park, I would not want to spend a second in this museum. I'm just saying.
I don't believe you.
Alright, so now they're watching an educational film about all the unethical science that went into making this.
This cartoon rules. It looks like Schoolhouse Rock.
I know, this is your favorite part of the movie for some reason.
Oh, this is awesome.
This guy looks so stressed drilling into the mosquito. Oh, look, B.D. Wong.
So young.
So young. Richard Attenborough is watching this dino hatch, and he's gonna, I guess, touch it with his hand so that it knows the touch of humans. I don't know.
Does he want it to imprint on him?
It's a little Siegfried and Roy for me, you know? You think he's co-sleeping with these dinosaurs? Pardon me, that eggshell is proprietary. Yeah, why would you breed the ones that, like, can bite and chase you? Why wouldn't you breed, like, the small, cute dinosaurs?
Yeah, or like big dumb ones.
Yeah, like leafy boys. Herbivores, that's what they're called. This would be like releasing a bunch of bears at Knoebels, you know?
I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
Jeff Goldblum's delivery is totally flat, and it 100% works. He's just over here being like, this is hubris. Richard Attenborough mentioned, like, yes, everyone has the right to see these animals. And
Not
then,
just the super rich.
Yeah, and then the, like, accountant, risk manager guy's like, oh, yeah, we'll have one coupon day or something.
And that's it.
And
They're not going to talk about it
They've made no
anymore.
plan for how anyone outside the 1% can see these dinosaurs. Jeff Goldblum's look is totally wacky in this. Like, everyone else is dressed for a wilderness adventure, right? Or they're dressed as a businessman.
And hot weather.
Yeah, and Jeff Goldblum is in like a leather duster with a black dress shirt and a chain. I'm here for it.
It has to be so warm.
This is like one long philosophical discussion, and like I'm here for it, but I feel like the children in the audience are just like, where are the dinosaurs? Right?
You're not giving the kids enough credit, but I definitely would have been bored by this. Maybe this is why I've never seen it
They're
all the way
having a
through.
long, like, just because you can doesn't mean you should discussion. All right, now he's got these two rich grandkids here.
It's interesting because he's willing to bring his own grandkids here. So I guess he really, truly doesn't believe it's dangerous.
Maybe he only sees his grandkids as accessories. I just love that Sam Neill doesn't know what to do with these kids.
Yeah, like this one kid's obsessed with him.
He's like, I read your book. And Sam Neill's like, get the out of my face. This is the greatest scene in the whole movie right here.
Sam Neill just trying to get away from this kid.
Yeah, he's like, gets in the car and the kid gets in and he's like, I heard that one time there was a meteor that went, and Sam Neill's already trying to get out of the car. They really should have talked about whether they wanted kids before they got married. It's an important conversation.
Are we certain they're married?
Yes.
Do they have the same last name?
No.
She kept her name.
Yeah, because she's a scientist, baby. She's got papers that are published under her maiden name. How dare you think that she should change her name? They should have had this conversation before they got into a long-term committed relationship. Or as they were getting into it. It's important.
Is that Samuel L. Jackson? Everyone's in this movie.
The 90s, when you could just, like, smoke, not only in your office, but in the science lab office. It's like when you go to the zoo and the animal's taking a nap.
Okay, so after all the I've spared no expense talk, we're finding out that Dr. Hammond... Is he a doctor?
We'll just call him Mr.
That Richard Hammond is not paying Wayne Knight's character very much. The guy who's in charge of all the automation and basically security.
What is Jeff Goldblum's hair in this? Is it like a mullet? Is it a modified mullet? What am I looking at? Laura Dern, don't dumb yourself down for Jeff Goldblum and his mullet. Do not. Do not dare.
He's touching her hair.
Yeah, don't let a man touch your hair. Man, he's just dying to touch Laura Dern.
And Sam Neill doesn't care because he just wants to see a dinosaur. He's like, it's fine.
Jeff Goldblum is literally wearing some kind of like evil pharaoh's ring on his hand. They've exited the vehicles, which doesn't seem good. They're touching a dinosaur, which I imagine feels like a diner booth. Jeff Goldblum seems like his casual wear would be a t-shirt with a wolf on it.
So these big piles of dinosaur droppings, are they returning to the same spot to adding to them, or is this each one session, do you think?
Yeah, she's a woman in STEM in the 90s. She has to be tenacious. Every 37 seconds, she probably had a man saying, like, I don't know if you can do this. She's got to be tenacious. Assholes. Sam Neill is like, hey, Jeff Goldblum, you got any kids? And he's like, oh yeah, love kids. Total chaos theory. Anything can happen and will happen at all times.
As he's swigging from a flask.
I can't tell if I really like Jeff Goldblum's energy in this movie or I like viscerally hate it.
That's the secret.
Is that the
Jeff
point?
Goldblum. That's what makes him so appealing.
Don't go home with him if he's at a bar. Don't go to a second location.
Why not? Don't tell our listeners what to do.
Don't do it. Is Richard Attenborough the real villain of this movie? Because if he paid his employees a living wage, they wouldn't have to engage in corporate espionage.
Yeah. Wayne Knight is severely undervalued here. He said it. Doesn't necessarily justify this, but he's been forced to seek other means. All right, there we go. We finally got confirmation that they are in a relationship.
Tyler, I'm telling you, we did not need this confirmation. We did not need to wait until like 40 minutes into the movie to know that Sam Neill and Laura Dern are together. If you watched her tie a bandana on him in the first 2 minutes of the movie, you knew.
Does Wayne Knight's character have a picture of the guy who created the atomic bomb taped to his desk? Alright, Steven, we get it. You're good at suspense. Alright, so we've already heard a very important point, right? That T-Rex doesn't want to eat. It wants to hunt. Yeah. Right? So it's already eaten the goat, and you'd think, like, alright, maybe we're good. But this lawyer's, like, looking pretty tasty. You know, he's running, he's screaming. Man, name one director who loves putting kids in danger more than Steven Spielberg. Steven, are you okay? Even Jaws. It's not about kids, but we watched some kids die in that movie. This is like what a paleontologist wishes would happen. Like, I saved the day because I had so much knowledge about T-Rex visual acuity. They really squashed that kid, though, I think. The boy. Is Samuel L. Jackson's mouth moving? He's delivering all this great exposition with a cigarette in his mouth. Just dangling from his mouth, not even moving. Viewers will empathize with Sam Neill if they've ever had to get a kid to do something in a high-stakes situation. You know, where you're like, all right, we're going to do it. And the kid's like, I don't know if we should. And you're like, no, we have to do it. We gotta go. We're going to get crushed by a Jeep. Sam Neill looks tired. Is this just a movie about Sam Neill's journey towards accepting fatherhood? I wish this movie respected his choice to be a childless adult. Me too. How can you be eating at a time like this, Richard Attenborough? Your grandkids are missing. Your investment's going... He's never going to financially recover from this, like Joe Exotic. And yet, here he is eating soup. He's doing nothing to try to find them. He's eating all the ice cream. It's not soup. It's the ice cream that's melting because the power's out. He's eating like 4-gallon tubs of ice cream. Alright, so Sam Neill just found a whole mess of eggs. And we're a little concerned because all the dinosaurs were supposed to be female. Jeff Goldblum was right. Nature found a way. This reclining pose that Jeff Goldblum has. So they're just gonna turn it off. Yep, turn it back on again. And turn it back on. The whole security system. It'd be great. Why are the circuit breakers all the way on the other side of the compound? For plot. Can raptors open doors? IDK man. Alright, he's truly become a dad. Oh my god, after all this trio has been through, Sam Neill, Lex, and Tim, they go to the electric fence. Sam Neill tests it and is like, oh, I guess the power's off. And then he touches it and is like, oh, and pretends to get electrocuted. I'm like, are you joking? Yeah, he's passed the fatherhood test. Steven Spielberg, just because you have 32 kids doesn't mean everybody needs to be a dad. Steven. Alright, so Timmy got blasted off the fence. She got the power back on. And man, did Timmy get blown backwards. Alright, so Timmy is currently not breathing. He has briefly died. Alright, we got a velociraptor. Oh yeah, Laura Dern's found the first velociraptor. Not good, not good. The raptor in the cables. Look out, look out. We do know exactly how it's going to tear her up. Like that kid earlier. Is it smoking a cigarette so you know it got Samuel L. Jackson? They got a severed arm in there? This is intense for a kid-friendly movie. What happened to her leg? She fell a bunch. What genre is this movie? I think it would go under action/adventure / journey towards accepting fatherhood. Hopefully at the end of this, Sam Neill's like, no. Still don't want kids. Timmy's still not breathing. Timmy's dead. At this point, even if Timmy comes back, he might have some deficits. Those Shivari chairs. Yeah, that kid's not well. What is this, fake food? Are they a couple, you think? I hate you. Alright, so Tim is just eating as much food from the buffet as possible. He's got blood coming out of his ears. Oh no. They can open doors. And Timmy hasn't even, recovered from being electrocuted. Let's remind ourselves, Timmy was electrocuted not, 15 minutes ago. Timmy's really not going to have too many brain cells left at the end of this, I don't think. Got hit by a whole dino spine. Who's this one velociraptor that won't give up the chase? She's tenacious, like Laura Dern.
Gee, the lack of humility before nature that's being displayed here staggers me.
Well, thank you, Dr. Malcolm, but I think things are a little bit different than you and I had feared.
Yeah, I know. They're a lot worse.
Now, wait a second. Now, we haven't even seen the
No,
part where
don't let him talk. There's no reason. No, I want to hear a review point. I really do.
Yeah, don't you see the danger, John, inherent in what you're doing here? Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen, but you wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
It's hardly appropriate to start hurling generalizations.
If I may, I'll tell you the problem with the scientific power that you're using here. It didn't require any discipline to attain it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You didn't earn the knowledge for yourselves, so you don't take any responsibility for it. You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well,
I don't think you're giving us our due credit. Our scientists have done things which nobody's ever done before.
yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Wow, that's a very unsatisfying ending.
Right, weird ending where it's like, all right, everything's fine except for all those people who died.
I guess they wanted them
And
sequels.
also the dinosaurs.
I don't know, it's a great font though, look at it.
It's a nice font.
What'd you think of old Jurassic Park?
Objectively, a super fun action adventure movie.
Right? Great summer blockbuster.
Good creature movie, you know? Steven Spielberg, definitely the master of like weird, suspenseful moments where you don't show the monster.
Yeah.
You know, which is really fun. The dinosaurs looked pretty good. I mean, you gotta think, it's like, what, 1993?
I think it holds up like beautifully well from a modern perspective, which a lot of movies from this time don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing how well they pulled off the dinosaurs. Yeah.
I was impressed with that. I mean, it was a weird ending. Felt like a very protracted movie, like a very long movie, but no ending really. No,
absolutely no wrap
at
up.
all,
No,
right?
they all get together and escape. The T-Rex eats the velociraptors, but then stomps around, is still living. And then they fly away on the helicopter, and the music triumphantly swells.
It's really, I think, designed to be watched in little snippets over 20 minutes on TNT.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg actually has said
over like 8
that was
years.
His intention was that you would see it bit by bit on TNT, confuse it with the sequels.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be interrupted by an auto insurance commercial every 15 to 25 minutes. All right, Kate, thanks for watching Jurassic Park. We got two Steven Spielberg dino movies in a row. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
Would you believe it?
And yet, I'm here.
Would you believe it if I told you there is a third one that we could squeeze in next week?
What is it?
I'm not going to tell. Can you guess? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
No. Then I will tell you next week.
Oh my god, I'm Googling it.
We'll see then, yeah, but he's involved in one more somehow. The guy was obsessed for a very brief period of time.
Listen, it happens.
In the late 80s and early 90s. Thanks for watching, Kate. I'm glad we finally both have seen Jurassic Park 1 all the way through, not on TNT. See you guys next week. More dinos. Not-Stalgia.org. Email us, notstalgia@aol.com. Find us on Instagram. I don't know.
There it is. Welcome to Jurassic Park. We've made living biological attractions so astounding that they'll capture the imagination of the entire planet.
The most phenomenal discovery of our time.
How'd you do this?
Becomes the greatest adventure of all time.
Can I touch it?
Sure.
Universal Pictures presents
You feel that?
Hold on to your butts.
a Steven Spielberg film.
Fences are failing all over the park.
Yeah, that's nice. Gotta go.
An adventure.
I can't get Jurassic Park back online.
65 million years in the making. Jurassic Park.